I remember when I said goodbye to her and I went down the stairs, I thought that was gonna be the last time I ever saw her.
And I literally had to just write death. And it was honestly so triggering because it just happened and it was the worst feeling in the world.
I had very intense days where I was in the hospital for probably like 12 hours, and I would go home to my aunt's house and study for 1 to 2 hours that night.
The longer I stay home, the more work I'm gonna be missing. I really felt rushed. It didn't feel like I was granted any more time than that week. That's also why I felt like I needed to go back like in a week, because I thought that was like my time and that was it. And now looking back at it, I needed way more time to stay home.
It just felt like I was leaving my dad and leaving him in the past. And it was really hard to tell people too. For months, I honestly just acted like I still had my father and I talked about him in the present tense. I would always just feel like something was wrong and I could never pinpoint what it was. And then sometimes it would hit me.
During it's you're in the eye of the hurricane and you can't see what's happening around you. I had to keep up with school while I was down there, mostly at night, and then I came back a week before finals. I didn't feel prepared. I asked for an extension, they gave it to me, but it wasn't enough. I failed that exam.
Yeah, when this initially happened and I emailed the dean of students, they immediately forwarded it to their secretary, because they said that the dean of students doesn't deal with these kind of situations. One of the I think it was like the dean's secretary asked for my mom's obituary. That already disgusted me. I don't know why they would think I'd be lying about the passing of my mom.
And my professor didn't even reach out to me. One of the teaching assistants did, that was a student, and literally wrote, "I'm so sorry for your loss, but we can't accommodate you. So you can either not take the exam and essentially accept a 0, or you can just still take the exam for the normal scheduled day." The year mark is definitely intense because it's just a realization and it hits you. And I just wish that there was way more support here and understanding that that's so impactful. Just because it didn't happen 2 days ago, it doesn't mean that it's any less fresh or intense.
They didn't ask me like, what would work for you? What do you need? They were like, yes, that's fine. But for us that are going through that, it's really hard to like gauge how much or what help we're gonna need.
First semester I didn't really go out much. I was like fully depressed. I was going constantly back to my room to classes, the room to the dining hall. Wasn't hanging out with friends much. Wasn't doing many like social activities. I was just trying to just stay afloat academically. Like I had my friends at school like checking in on me, texting me, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff like that. Obviously very sweet. But like during the time, you really don't want to talk to anyone else but your family. My older sister took the semester off. She was home. My dad was home. Everyone was home, and I was away at school. And it was just so hard for me just to be alone and be surrounded with people that wouldn't understand what I'm going through.
Leaving my family when I went to college was definitely really uncomfortable and really jarring. I remember just being so isolated the first week of school and just not really knowing what to do. It was definitely a really tough transition.
Yeah, it was lonely and confusing because I think it was happening so fast. It's like when you play a sport and you get injured and you don't realize you're injured until after you're done.
When I had the meeting, they said I could have had the whole first semester pass-fail. I feel like that would have helped me a lot, considering I did really poorly my first semester.
The university immediately reached out to every single person who was remotely related to this kid and asked them if they needed like daily counseling, weekly counseling, excuses or to get out of exams. All of these resources were provided for them. And obviously I was so happy that they were provided with these resources, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking, what about me? What about everyone else who lost someone?
The schoolwork, that's the big one. Like not having to worry, I shouldn't have to worry about school when I'm at my mom's funeral.
Looking back at it, I wish that colleges, if I was to be accepted, even if I didn't go to that college, they would immediately send some sort of list of resources of like grieving programs and where I could feel comfortable to be sad or grieve.
I think a point person, having a point of contact to reach out to delegate, I understand me reaching out to the professors, but at the same time, I'm going through a lot and I was down in Puerto Rico. Having someone that can help you navigate that is probably, it takes a lot of weight out of what you're going through.
My mom would have not liked how they treated me whatsoever. I feel like I was just like forgotten about.
I still don't know what resources I have at my college now.